This is the Leo Climaco Podcast.
It's crazy.
How much did you spend to buy into this program?
It was $4.99 at the time, $499.
That's not bad at all.
It was cheap. I mean, you even like now, bro, we got to go high level and all these different, how much does it cost to really run our businesses online and stuff like that nowadays?
Not much at all.
You know what I mean? So it depends on how you really, value. But it was $4.99 to get started. But what I would tell people too is like the investment that you always make is into yourself. You know what I mean? And so when people don't invest, it's like it's crazy that you don't even feel you're worth that investment.
Yeah. It's too much money.
Yeah. For yourself.
That fucking word, it's too much money. Yeah. To what? To invest in yourself? To learn, to grow, to evolve, to be a better person, to learn a new skill? Yeah. That's too much money?
Yeah. It says a lot about people that they don't really value who they are. You know
no,
what I mean?
They don't.
Like, they don't really value who they are and their future. Because too many people are holding on to they are today in terms of their past, but not really valuing what's going to happen to them in the future. So
they lack value. They lack self-worth.
Yep. It's crazy.
How do we change that?
It's really just, one is your environment. I think a lot of times, like, people have the wrong friends and family, meaning that, like, you grow up in an environment, like, okay, you come, oh, this is my cousin, this is my brother, this is my shit, like, because you're blood, right? But what happens is, like, you really succumb to that environment.
Yeah.
You succumb to their beliefs. If you think about how you grow up and how you think and how you operate, process, it's like because of your parents and your family, your grandparents and things like that. And so I think that the best thing that you can do is get out of that environment, right? Whether it's even listening to different stuff on YouTube, listening to podcasts like this,
right.
Getting different books and things like that, because you always have to challenge the thinking process. And the only way you can do that is getting access to new information.
Yes.
And that's the biggest thing. So like it's changing the information that goes in. And then with YouTube and everything that is today, it's so free to do it, And that's the thing, information is plentiful. Like it says, seek and ye shall find. People just don't seek, so they never find it.
Right. And to add to that, I think once you're on that path, you can't talk to these people about it.
Yeah.
Because they're going to judge you.
Yeah.
Try to bring you back down.
Yeah.
Try to keep you in that environment.
Yeah.
They don't want you to grow. People who are not in that frequency don't want you to escape it.
No, for sure. They don't, because it's the old saying, right? People want to see you do good, but never better than them.
Not better than them.
I remember so even to add to that, I remember, I signed up for a mentorship with him, 500. I start running some of the plays and things he tells me to do, right? Boom.
How was that?
It was a unique experience because for me, it goes into believing in myself.
Yeah.
And so it was actually, at the time, I had never invested like $10,000 of myself into a program, right? So I invested $10,000 into it, but because I invested the $10,000, I listened to everything he told me to do, like everything he said to do, every step of the way, like I'm gonna execute it. So I remember investing the $10,000. Not too long after that, let's say like maybe less than 30 days, maybe 3 weeks in, I have a $10,000 a week in my business.
Really? Wait, how long later?
Like 3-4 weeks.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Well,
that's fast.
And I think I was already in motion. So like what happens is like sometimes people need like, there's a difference, I guess, in mentorship and coaching.
Yeah.
Sometimes like a coach is like, yo, here, look, this the play. And it's like they stand from over here, but they tell you, hey, this the play, and they call the play, and then you just go run the play, and it's like
right.
that.
Correct.
Sometimes people need hand-holding. I wasn't the person who needed hand-holding. I just needed a coach to say that saw some things that I didn't see, and then like, hey, look, go run these plays. When I went and ran the plays 2-3 weeks later, it was like, it was a snowball effect, but I was someone who already was in motion. It was just that he already understood some of the things I didn't understand.
Incredible.
So, right. So I would say that it was like, I wasn't somebody who didn't have anything already in motion, but it was like,
you were missing a piece of the puzzle. He gave you that piece and it connected. You saw the whole picture.
Bingo. That was it. So, but I remember having my first $10,000 a week, and I'm like, yo, I can't tell nobody. I couldn't tell my mom.
Give me more.
Can't tell my dad. Like, I can't call my friends because they might think it's like,
That's
I'm
crazy.
bragging.
Right.
I call him. Yo, it's like 11 o'clock at night. I just got off of doing a webinar, Yo. I'm like, bro, look, we chop it up. He like, yeah, bro, that's like, I'm like, bro, I ain't gonna lie. I ain't had nobody to call. He like, look, bro, I get it. Been there before. I know how it is. You start making money, and it's like, you don't got nobody to call. And it's like, for us in our environment, like,
what a good dude.
It was dope because it was like, it was somebody that understood. You know what I mean? And it wasn't like, see, he had made more money than me anyway. $10,000 a week was nothing to him.
Nothing.
But it was like he understood, like, because I grew up in Baltimore. Like, at the time when I did the $10,000, I still live in Baltimore. Thank God for Florida. I'm a Floridian now, but I still lived in Baltimore at the time. So I remember like just not wanting to tell anybody. And I'm gonna tell you, that's the craziest thing in our community, in our culture, is that when you start winning, you don't even want people to know you're winning. But it's like we forget that as a leader. Like, what is a leader? A leader is someone who leads by what?
Example.
Bingo, right? And it's like we don't even want to be the example because we're afraid of, oh, this person might try to come get me, or this person might try to, like, bro, we be so afraid to be an example because of the negative.
Right.
And it goes back to how we think and how we operate and how we process. And so it was dope because it was somebody who understood where I was coming from, but it was like, yeah, bro, like, next week, let's go do 20,000 a week. Boom, that's like, all right, like, this is that's the energy I needed, right? I didn't need somebody that was like, because even like, $10,000 a week, it's like, oh, let's get comfortable. Nah, bro, let's not get comfortable. Look, if you did it this week, what can we double down on next week? So we can do it again and double up
How
next
big
week.
can it get?
Yeah. And so that was the energy I needed. So I was glad I was able to call him and I wasn't able to call somebody else, because somebody else would have been like, yo, you're the man. It probably would have made me like comfortable or made me feel like I did something. But I love the fact that he like encouraged me, but it was like, nah, bro, congratulations. But let's see how we can double up. Let's see how we can get better. Let's see how we can double down on some things that worked. And that was dope for me. But it was also like, yo, look, it's okay to be the example. And I would tell anybody, no matter where you're from, what your color is, no matter what it is, it's okay for you to be the leader, be the example in your community, because they don't have a lot of them. And so sometimes, like, that's what you need. You need to be the example for someone else to win so they can see a different path. That might make somebody sell drugs or go down this path or do this because they don't see any other examples of what they can do. And that's why it was so dope for me, because it was like, yo, it's okay to win. Be the example. Let's get it. And, you know.
I love how he was like, bro, this is the appetizer.
Yeah.
Let's go eat. Let's go get that dinner. Yeah. That's incredible.
So it's just like, it just goes back to the environment though. Like, you know, I just remember winning, and it was like, yo, you win. Like, oh, like, yo, okay, I don't want to tell nobody I won. And that just sucks. It sucks to feel like that, and it sucks to even be in that type of space. So that's why I do thank God for Florida, or just thank God for being able to get into different environments. Because like out here, you ride around, everybody winning. You ride around in this, everybody ride around with something different. Everybody getting to it. Everybody on yachts and stuff like that. So it's like, it's a great energy out here because it builds you up and it makes you want to go get more. So
When'd you move?
It's been about 14 months now. So
okay,
I moved about a year ago. Me and my guy did we both split the rent, and then I just recently just moved into a townhouse. So now it's kind of like I'm on, doing my thing, and
nice.
It was a great transition. You know what I mean? I'm thankful though, because like I said, it's like you got to get into different environments, and that's the biggest thing I think for anybody in an inner city. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, I would encourage you to move. It don't matter where you move, but get out of your inner city, get out of your environment, and challenge yourself to win.
What'd your family say when you moved?
My mom just didn't believe that I was really going to do it. You know, the hardest part about moving was my daughter. I still have a daughter. My daughter's, shout out to Justice Ariel Brown. She's actually going to be turning 9 on the 20th of this month. That was the hardest thing, like just not being able to spend as much time as I used to with her. Yeah. So now I still got to go back home every month. I go home and I make sure we do something, some type of activity, go out to eat, shop, whatever she want to do.
Good for you.
But I think at the end of the day, I wanted to be the best dad that I could and become the best version of a man as I could. Right. And I just knew that wasn't the place to do it. Like I had outgrown it. You know what I mean? It was like, because
holding you back.
Another thing about making money too is like when you start looking around and there's nobody else that's doing better than you, you start to be like, if I need to pour into other people, I need somebody to be able to pour into me. Right. That's where the mentorships and coaching came in. So I'm looking around and it's like, I can't get poured into. Everybody coming to me for help. Everybody coming to me asking me for money. Everybody coming. Nah, I gotta figure that out. So yeah, that was the biggest thing. But my mom just didn't believe it. But thankfully, we kind of still have a great relationship. My dad, great relationship. My sister, for the most part, and that's another thing. When you move and make decisions for yourself, like people support it. And the people that don't support it, they're not supposed to be a part of your tribe. Period. So it's just like, make decisions that you got to make for yourself. Do what you got to do to win. And whoever rock with you, that's who's supposed to be there. If they ain't rocking with you, then okay, leave them where they want to be. Leave them right there.
Right.